Hello Magic fans, I'm Beef and welcome back to another Historic Brawl gameplay video, and today we are playing Betor, kin to all. I assume it's pronounced Betor. It makes it easier for my jokes to land if it's pronounced the same as better. Who is Betor? Betor is a 5-mana Spirit Dragon in Abzan, one of the 5 Spirit Dragons from a new Tarkir set, and Abzan being white, black and green, and he is a 5/7 flying, and he's a Toughness Matters commander. So he says, at the beginning of your end step, if creatures you control have total toughness 10 or greater, draw a card. That's really good. Then if creatures you control have total toughness 20 or greater, untap each creature you control. Then if creatures you control have total toughness 40 or greater, each opponent loses half their life, rounded up. So obviously, Betor gets, puts 7 toughness towards those just by himself. So it's highly likely that when you play Betor, you'll be able to draw a card at the beginning of your end step. Now, what is interesting is the card draw is probably the most useful out of them. Pseudo Vigilance is really good, but the last one is easy. Well, not easy. It is not uncommon to reach 40 or more toughness, but that and losing half their life sounds impressive, but it can't kill your opponent. If you smash in and hit your opponent down to 5, then on your end step they get it for 3. Then the next turn they get for 1. I suppose if they have 1 life, it will kill them, but it just gets you to get a bit quicker. Not actually does it for you, but whatever. Betor is a pretty powerful card anyway. So we are built a deck obviously around high toughness, and that's what our first pile is. Basically, creatures that have above rate toughness. I'm not going to go through all of them, but things like Armored Armadillo 0/4 for 1, Yoketox 0/4 for 1, Ancestor 0/4 for 1, Walking Bulwark 0/3 for 1, and then you can do stuff with a Defender. We do have quite a few creatures with Defender, quite a few walls, like Concealing Curtains, Crystal Barricade, Birth of Meletis can create a wall, Crashing Drawbridge can give our creatures haste, and things like that. We also just have some ways to create big creatures. King Tree Invocation from original Tarkir. We create an XX black and green Spirit War creature token where X is the greatest toughness among creatures we control. So obviously we have Betor out. We're creating a 7/7 for 2. And where we have an Abzan Monument is a new card. When it enters, we search the library for a basic plain Somber Forest, reveal it, put it into our hands. That's great just to get more land. But then we can pay 4, so 1 on each Abzan card, and tap it and sack it to do the same as a King Tree Invocation and create an XX White Spirit creature token, where X is the greatest toughness among creatures you control. Activate only as a sorcery. And then we do have some big boys like Tree of Perdition, a 0/13, Essence of Antiquity, a 1/10, and it has Disguise, and if we turn it face up, creatures we control get a hex boost until end of turn, and Unhallowed Phalanx is a 1/13. The Kun Great Shell is really powerful as well. It has synergy around when creatures with toughness greater than the power enter, which are the majority of our high toughness creatures, and I also really like Catapult Fodder. 3 mana, 1/5, begin a combat on a turn. If we control 3 or more creatures that have toughness greater than the power, transform it in a Catapult Captain, a 2/6. We can pay 3, tap it, sack another creature. Target opponent loses life equal to sacrifice creature's toughness. And the other card I am a fan of is Dormant Grove, where at the beginning of a combat, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature we control. Then if that creature has toughness 6 or greater, we transform it into Gnarled Grove Strider, 3/6 vigilance, and it gives other creatures we control vigilance. So again, it has high toughness when it transforms, but also, if we play it on turn 4, then Betor on turn 5, we can transform it straight away, get another 6 toughness, and give all our board vigilance. Next up, we just have some ramp. We are in green, so obviously we do have a lot of ramp, and a lot of these also play into a high toughness. Things like a Boreal Grazer is a 0/3 for 1 and puts a land into play. Gilded Goose 0/2. Incubation Druid 0/2, Leafkin Druid 0/3, Sylvan Caryatid 0/3. Feybar Arrow will become a 3/3 because Betor is 3 colours, and Bloom Tender won't change in toughness, but it can tap to 3 with Betor out as well. And then we just have Mariah's Wake because it's green-white. We'll always play Mariah's Wake, and it does buff our entire board. Next up, we have some Toughness Matters cards. So one of the problems with Betor, and we do see commanders that toughness matters every so often, not hugely on Arena actually, which is a bit of a shame. But one of the weaknesses is you can go wide with a board of like 0/3s and 0/4s and 1/5/7, and you've got a really wide board, but you can't do anything with it because they can't attack. Some of them have defender, but they're just 0-powered creatures. So we have cards that cause creatures to deal combat damage equal to their toughness. A sort of formation, which I think was from original Tarkir, but it has been reprinted. Each creature we control deals combat damage equal to toughness rather than its power. We can pay 1 green to cause a creature with defender that can attack, and we can pay 2 and a green. Creatures we control get +0/+1 to the end of turn. Streetwise Negotiator has backup 1, meaning when it comes down, we can put a counter on it, and then it gets the text under backup 1, and it has this creature assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. So it's only a one-off. We can come down, put a counter on Betor, and it can deal combat damage equal to its toughness for 1 turn. Tower Defense is kind of a weird finisher. 2-minute instance. Creatures we control get +0/+5 again, reaching the end of turn. Obviously, if we have ways for our creatures to deal combat damage equal to their toughness, this is just a great finisher. Hotly is a planeswalker. It has a static effect that does that, causes creatures to do combat damage equal to their toughness. And we can -3 it twice because it's got 7 loyalty to gain life equal to the greatest toughness amongst creatures we control. Ancient Lum Knot, again, same ability. Towering Titan is really interesting. When it enters, it puts we put X +1/+1 counters on it, where X is the total toughness of creatures we control. Then we can sack a creature with defender. All creatures gain trample till end of turn. So this can come down and be a 20/20 or a 39/39, which is what I've seen, which is a shoot. And then we sack a creature with defender. Everything gains trample. Then last march to the end. It's very expensive. It's 8 mana, but it can't be countered. And we draw cards equal to the greatest toughness among creatures we control. So hopefully at least 7. Then we put any number of creature cards from our hand onto the battlefield. That is just really, really powerful. And obviously it's really also powerful if we have creatures in our hand as well, because it doesn't say, creatures from the cards you drew. Next up, we only have 2 removal spells. We are removal light, Source of Plowshares and Feed the Swarm. And next up we have kind of everything else. Braver Sands give our entire board vigilance, and each creature we control can block an additional creature each combat. Obviously with a board full of high toughness creatures. That's really powerful. Heroic Innovation for protection. Welcoming Vampire, Enduring Innocence. Draw cards when creatures with power 2 or less enter the battlefield under our turn. And most of our creatures are power 2 or less. Garden Project to draw cards. Beast Whisperer to draw cards. And Natural Growth doubles power and toughness of our creatures at the beginning of each combat. So obviously that will increase the toughness for Betor and our other toughness payoffs, but also it is a way to smash in. And obviously if we have a way to deal combat damage equal to our toughness, that can just be game over. You can also play Zapandriel, one of the, I think it's Mayhem Dominus, which is the green Dominus. But I took it out in the end. I wanted a slightly lower curve. Immortal Sun, we only have 1 Planeswalker in Hotly, and the -3 is good, but not necessarily really playing her for the static ability. Dollmaker Shop's an interesting one, because as I said earlier, the weakness of this deck is that you end up going really wide but not being able to attack. If that happens and we have Porcelain Gallery, we can obviously unlock Porcelain Gallery and cause all our creatures base power type with equal number of creatures we control, and those 0/4s might become 4/4s or 5/5s or 6/6. It might nerf something like Betor, but it will buff our entire board. And if we draw it early, we can just play out Dollmaker Shop and start creating extra tokens. Obviously, if we have ways to deal combat damage equal to our toughness, we probably don't want to play that. Burden Rejuvenation, another 8 mana card. We seek X creature, enchantment, and or planeswalker cards, where X is the highest mana value among creatures we control. Put those cards onto the battlefield. So it's generally only going to be 5, which is not a huge number. If we have Towering Titan on the battlefield, it could be 6, but that's generally it. But again, it is a way to get a few extra cards. Even getting X creature, enchantment, or planeswalker cards is really powerful. And then finally, the Great Hand. We're not a power-based deck, so this is not going to be like 2 green mana all the time. But with Betor down, it does become 4 green mana, which is a lot easier to cast. And obviously, it's a hugely powerful spell. Mana base, as you would expect, we're in 3 colours, so we do have the Indether Triome, and then all the fetch lands and a lot of the dual lands as well. So that's the deck. It is really powerful. It does have its weaknesses against, as I said, you sometimes can just stall out, and if your opponent plays a big flyer that Betor can't attack through, or a big reach creature that Betor can't attack through, for some reason it really struggles against Bristly Bill, because Bristly Bill can come down and get a huge creature really quickly, and if that creature has flying or reach, then Betor is just a bit stuffed, and you end up just drawing cards. You could go more removal. We don't have any sweepers. Battle of Bywater would be good, but it does kill our commander, and same with Expel the Interlopers. We could choose a number that benefits us most, but again, it would probably kill our commander. you could do the Toxic Deluge as well, because we've got high toughness. You can probably choose a number that kills most of your opponent's board, but not ours. But again, it was pretty powerful without all those sweepers. I don't think we ever saw Swords of Plowshares. I mean, we saw Feed the Swarm once, so could probably do with a lot more removal. But it's a very powerful deck when it goes off, and it can go off on a dime. So let me know down in the comments what you all think, and I hope you enjoy it. And if you do, please remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in my gameplay. Our opponent goes first, but Bloom Tender is ramp. At the moment only taps for 1. Let's Surveil. Sure, Grazer's good ramp as well, seeing as we have a lot of lands in hand. Grazer also having 3 toughness obviously works with Betor. Let us get down our Grazer. Let's put in a player overgrown tomb, and then let's just fetch another Surveil land. Looks like he's missing an eye. There is Sidisi. Let's fetch Lush Portico. Sure, I'll keep that as well. Let's play out Bloom Tender. Oh, wonder. So why are they all flying? Yeah, I can't cast that at all, so let's play out the Ancestor. Oh, no. Obviously, Betor having flying means it can block Sidisi. No creatures for you. Oh, they can just choose whatever they know is not in their deck and just pitch loads of things into the graveyard. That's pretty good. Let's fetch last of our land. So we will play out Betor, and then we can disguise our Essence of Antiquity. If you want another land. So I hope Betor survives. We probably Verdant Rejuvenation. We would last March of the Ends if we had more things in hand. Oh, okay, but Betor's obviously not going to survive. Oh, Palantir. Problem is, they probably just get back Infernal Grasp again if they don't have another removal spell. That's interesting. Well, I don't have any mana left, but Muldrotha is an issue.
Seek and find.
Because it's a big chunky thing in our way. So I think we last march of the Ents and hope we can find swords to plowshares. You don't have any mana, so I'm not sure what the stick is for. This is fun. I don't quite get what's going on. Well, let's last march of the Ents. Well, that is unfortunately, I think, probably game, because they can just cast everything in their graveyard with Muldrotha, and we didn't hit anything. You know, we didn't hit our Swords to Plowshares, which I'm not sure we've even ever actually seen. That's if they're actually they're still here. They did seem to time out. Oh, they're hovering. Oh, Infernal Grasp obviously is a permanent spell. They can still get it back with Tamiyo though. I mean, they could have actually just played it.
No tail should be discarded.
Take that. Oh no, only you want to block one of those. They don't have any mana, so I don't quite know what's... Right. We might just have lethal, but how much mana do we have? And then if we... Unnatural growth and Whatley.
We will write this story together.
There you go. All go face. All dealing damage equal to their toughness, which has been doubled due to unnatural growth. And after combat, we can also, well, everything has vigilance as well. After combat, we can gain life, 14 life. What did we hit with Verdant Rejuvenation? Towering Titan, which was a nice 78-78. Elvish Mystic, Welcoming Vampire, and yeah, Bedrock Tortoise. And interestingly, if we did turn on Porcelain Gallery, it would have nerfed a lot of things. But the Titan, well, yeah, 78-78. Doesn't have Trample though. That could be a problem. We go first. But okay, we don't have any ramp. So maybe we do actually mulligan this. This is better. Better for Betor. I don't actually know how you pronounce. I'm assuming it's Betor, otherwise all my Betor jokes won't work. Well, let's play out Enduring Innocence so we can get card draw going. I have a very nice looking Arcane Signet. So if they wanted to attack, I would have 100% blocked. Get a Druid down. And draw. And I think we can just surveil. Get a Black Source. Probably our Underground Mortuary. Black-green Surveil Land. I have an Incubation Druid. Where is our mortuary? There's our mortuary. Yeah, we'll keep that. Next turn we can get down Betor. Well, we can plough a Ganjo. See, I want to do it this way. That way, we can play out Crashing Drawbridge using the Druid. And we're going to draw another card. It's just another land. They can get down Cabaret Rocco. The Druid now taps for a lot. And there is Rocco. Nice. We'll get out the farmland, and then we'll get out Whatley.
We will write this story together.
And I think we just swing in. Because of tower defense, we well have quite a lot. I think that might just be lethal. I mean, that's not the important thing. Yeah. And because we had 41 toughness, we would draw a card, untap everything, and our opponent would lose half their life. Which obviously couldn't kill them because it's half their current life, but if they weren't dead, they were going to be very quickly. We go first. We're an okay hand. We have a bit of ramp, but we can't play on turn 1, but that's not the end of the world. I do like the Immortal Sun. They have a Grazer. And we'll Sval again. We'll keep that because we might need to take out Titania. No Titania just yet. So I think we play out Cannon Fodder. If we draw a land, we can play Betor. But they do have Titania and Argoth. Which is tough. Without a land, we probably just take out Well, no, we definitely we need a way to take out Titania. Let's get a Temple Garden. Let's get Betor down. And we can attack in. They probably just block with Nissa. But it, you know, we will have vigilance. Bedrock Tortoise is a good draw. Hopefully they don't have pick your poison. Oh, so yeah, sorry, we don't have 20 toughness yet. But we will with... well, let's go have a Dormant Grove, because then we can put a counter on Betor and transform it. They're not blocking. They do need 4 lands in the graveyard to meld Titania and Argoth. There is Titania. And it's beginning of your upkeep, so we do have opportunity to remove her. She does have reach as well. That's 1 card in the graveyard. Or 1 land. That's 2. Fortunately, our Feed the Swarm is sorcery speed, not instant speed. That's more irritating than anything else. Well, let's Bedrock Tortoise. Let's hit him for 8. Yeah, can see that coming. Something else with reach. Bristly Bill's annoying as well. We don't have enough green mana for unnatural growth. But I think we obviously fetch a forest for next turn. They didn't put any more lands in their graveyard. They can probably get some double blocks going. Well, I'm definitely killing Bristly Bill. Did they not want to count? We go first with a okay hand. We can get Betor down reasonably, I think on turn 3. Let's get our Leaf Kindred down. And we don't have a land to put into play, so we'll just surveil. Let's get a black-white surveil land. And let's Dark Ritual and get down at Betor. Yeah, let's just get down the Grazer to up the... Really like a land from Mirara's Wake. Oh, there is a land. Oh, I can Mirara's Wake anyway because of Leaf Kindred tapping for 2 blue, 2 green. In which case, just let's get a try and hit him for 6. Well, that's not great, but it's not the end of the world.
Let me show you. This is what you get for hurting my people.
Oh, now that is a lot more annoying. We can still recast Betor. They're going to create a lot of food because of Ocelot Pride.
I have got new moves to teach you.
Wow, just no land, so let's Beast Whisperer. Draw a couple of cards. We'll fetch a Temple Garden. And then let's get down our Bloom Tender then. Attack down the Wandering Emperor.
Our swords will cross again.
Should be able to get out the green shell and the bedrock tortoise next turn as well. Which will turn on the 40 toughness mode as long as... Okay, it won't now. And we can't do both now anyway. I don't think we can. We might be able to. Yeah, we can. So we swing in with our Betor. Get a draw. Oh yeah. We'll discard Lanimal Elves, Yoked Ox, and Assault Formation. So that's got flying. See, Wandering Emperor is not much of an issue for us now because on our turn, our creatures have hexproof, and obviously Betor untaps everything. Oh, they have got a Perilous Snare. Well, let's just go big. black. Let's get rid of Gilded Goose and Drawbridge. They're gonna take out Betor, I imagine, with their Perilous Snare. And Kogla. Fine. Okay, they don't take out Kogla at Betor. The Bedrock Tortoise also stopped us giving our things hexproof. Well, that is a problem. Yeah, that's... We could still win. Sword of Blossoms and hope we hit a land. Off the top. No, it's not enough. And our opponent scoops. That was intense towards the end there. That's why I went a bit quiet. But, well, they could have just taken out Betor again. They had enough things to do so. They could have got back Elsbeth Conquers Death as well. So I think they were very much still in that. But Immortal Sun next would have really, really helped. Up against Errant and Giada. We don't have any ramp, so I think we mulligan this. We do have ramp with Bloom Tender. And a handful of fetch lands. We don't necessarily need to play Yoked Ox now. So Errant Giada is a flash and flying deck. Let's get a Lush Portico. I don't think we need more lands. Yet we draw more lands. Get out Bloom Tender. Don't counter it. And there's Malcolm. Actually, if we had played the Ox next turn, we could have played last turn. We could have played Betor last turn. Next turn. Let's play out the Leafkin Druid. And then let's fetch a Plains and play out the Ox. Yay, lots of flash. We need to find a way to remove Ophelia because they'll just be able to flicker our Betor. We do get a draw. Yeah, and they flicker our Betor, I imagine. Oh no, they don't. That's really annoying. Let's fetch a Underground Mortuary. Don't need another mana dork. The problem with this deck is because so many of our creatures have 0 power, they are not great blockers. Well, they're great blockers, but you know, it doesn't discourage our opponent from attacking. Now I can play a card for free with Malcolm. Well, let's play out Iron Root Warlord. And the Tortoise. They have something, I know they do. We'll play out the Fanatic. We get a draw and untap. Could even create a token. I'm surprised they did that. Well, goodbye Bloom Tender, I imagine. Yep. Last of our land. We need to gain life, that's pretty good. Hopefully it doesn't get countered.
I shall wield this power for good. We are only as strong as our allies.
And then let's cannon fodder. And yeah, let's just play out our hand. This bizarre, annoyingly, does actually shrink our Iron Root Warlord. I mean, could see that coming. Take out the Watcher, because obviously I can just replay Giada. They can take out Huatli. Means I have to attack it once because we wouldn't be able to use the minus. I would really like to draw a playable card. That is not a playable card.
Heal.
They gave us a good game. No, not you. Dark Ritual. When you get a good game like that, you never know if it's because they think they're going to win or if they think they're going to lose. That's just a vehicle. And yeah, must have been because they thought they were going to lose.